¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
If you've had that sound from Babbel before, I bet you do. Babbel is the science-backed language learning app that actually works. With quick 10-minute lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. With over 16 million subscriptions sold and a 20-day money-back guarantee, just start speaking another language with Babbel. Right now, up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Spotify podcast. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify podcast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
The votes are in, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has won NBA MVP, another historical award. Shout out to Shai for getting it done and getting it in the house, the hardware. Hey, I got an MVP voter here joining me because this was a very contentious award, many would suggest, between Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But the votes were officially in. Colvin, do we have the voting breakdown? If so, would love to take a look at it. Voting breakdown, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I believe 71 first place votes. Nikola Jokic, 29 first place votes, and it was inverted for the second place votes. Neither of them got any third place votes. Giannis Antetokounmpo finished third with 88 third place votes. Y'all saw on Twitter, I'm sure, that Shai won, but understand a little bit of the insight. We have an MVP voter here. Rick, did the voters get it right?
Not in my estimation, because I was one of the 29 votes that gave Nikola Jokic the number one spot on the ballot. And, of course, I put SGA second. I don't have a great issue with the fact that SGA won, but I'm looking at the fact that Nikola Jokic was the defending MVP.
Okay.
And he had a better season across the board than he did last year when he won. And he did it with a lesser team. No Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Obviously, Michael Porter Jr. was having his issues. Jamal Murray wasn't the same player. So he had a lesser team around him, and he still got to 50 wins, which is only 7 less than last year when they had a completely different team.
Let's zoom into a more fascinating conversation. The first place winner, Canadian, the second place runner-up, Serbian, and the third place runner-up, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nigerian, and also Greek. If you look at the last 7 MVP awards, they have gone to international players, like I mentioned. Canadian, Nikola Jokic, I don't know why it has Canada there. Serbian, Cameroon, Serbia, Greece. With that being said, could you suggest that international players currently own the MVP?
No, well, I would say that they own the MVP.
Do they own the NBA?
I would not say that they own the league. And I simply look at who the defending champions are, the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Are they built around an international player? No. The three out of the 4 teams that are contending for this year's title, are they built around international players? No, there's only one, and that is the Oklahoma City Thunder with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I still believe that when it comes to the game and winning championships, it's not owned to the same level. But the MVP award right now, not only now, but if you just go looking
forecast,
like, what American player is breaking that up? I mean, we got Victor Wembanyama coming.
Yep.
Luka Doncic
still ain't got his one yet.
Hasn't won one. And the guys that we're talking about, Nikola Jokic and
they're not going anywhere.
Giannis, they're not going anywhere.
Hey, let's take this question to the desk. Shady got a rock for you coming at you. Taking this question to the desk. Obviously, we just talked about it. Nikola Jokic, runner-up. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he got it done. Before that, you had Giannis. Before that, you had Jokic again. You have Embiid in there as well. Shady McCoy, is it fair to say international players currently own the NBA?
Well, that's a real brother there. No, and Slick said it best. They might own that MVP award, though. I give him credit for that. You know, I keep it real, dog. They winning that MVP award. Is it Jokic? Is it SGA? Is one of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that they run the league because, like Slick said, hey, man, who's winning championships around here, right? And last time I checked, it was the Boston Celtics. This year, who's going to win a championship?
It looks real thunderish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It looked good, right? I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's hard because I just felt like the NBA is dominated by American players.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have some good international players, right, that comes around.
Elite.
And there are elite. But overall, dog, you know what it is. That's why I say that we talk about being the face of the NBA.
Yeah.
How? Can't be that.
I hear you on the face of the NBA conversation, but the international players own the top of the NBA. I can say that much. Do they own the NBA? Shady's right. Slick's right. Boston Celtics, that's a team that you could suggest is built on American players. But the international players own the top of the NBA because they're playing a different brand of basketball. That's what I would suggest. And it's fascinating when I look at it, like, why in the world have international players won the MVP so many consecutive times? And I got to thinking, one, they work different. Their humility's different, the ones that are winning it, and they approach the game differently. The first thing I wanted to suggest is, where does your emotional disposition lie for the international players? And I went to the one thing that can tell you that, technical fouls. If you look at Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis, each just had one tech this season. That's it.
Yeah.
So then I said, who leads the league in techs? Oh, Ant-Man. I just said, oh, that's fascinating. Then when you think about the Jokic's, the Shai's, the Giannis Antetokounmpos off the court, they don't really have anything that's distracting them. If you look at several of the top American-born players off the court, for better or for worse, they're just different things.
Yep.
So do the international players own the NBA? I'm with Shady. I'm with Slick. No, they don't own the NBA. But the very top of the NBA, not only have they won the award 7 consecutive times, but like Slick brilliantly enunciated, in the future, Wembanyama's still coming. Luka Doncic probably has 1 or 2 in his bag, and Giannis, Jokic, and Shai don't appear to be going anywhere anytime soon. At least James Jones, they own the top of the NBA.
They don't own the top, the bottom, the middle.
Hello.
So it's what? 15, 17 players on the active NBA roster? How many players on the active NBA roster?
15
And we
for
talking
me.
5 players?
Come on, man.
How many international players are they? Because they play basketball professionally till they start when they're 7, and they play professional basketball.
Like 14.
And there's 5 of them in the NBA that we can say that's dominating the NBA. That's playing well in the NBA. It's 5 of them.
Elite, not well,
Yeah.
elite.
But there's
All the other ones is role
elite.
players coming off the bench, 10, 11, 12. It's 5 dudes that we can sit up here and say that are legit players in the NBA. And there's
James, not legit, the best.
Say dominant.
The best.
Say dominant. It's 5 of them.
Right.
How many basketball players is in the NBA? It's a whole lot of them, Macho.
Tell 'em, James
How many
Jones.
basketball players is international? It's a whole lot of them. But here in the States, it ain't too many of them. They don't own none of this. They in the middle
James.
class. Congratulations to y'all balling and having these MVP
balling.
seasons, but nah, man.
The blue.
No, it ain't. They don't own nothing. The top, the middle.
They own the
red.
MVP.
They own the MVP. I'll give you that because they
And
been
the
winning.
white.
You
We
know what I'm
American,
saying?
baby. No, I'm messing around. But real quick, on a serious note, though, for every really great international player, I can name you 5 really good Americans.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
But
when
not
you talk-
elites.
But when you talk about the whole league, like even the NFL, you got the Patrick Mahomes and you got the Lamars, but the league is really built on the really good players.
Correct.
That's what fills
Correct.
it out.
Correct.
So as much as
Correct.
we want to talk about and I love the international players, it's making the game better.
Yeah.
But when they come over here, they know they got their hands full. They know that.
Sure. But that's the thing.
They know that.
The distinction that I see, because this puzzles me to your point. I mean, look, probably 40% of the league is international players now. Like they take up a
and we know
healthy
5 of them.
a healthy chunk of it.
You know 5 of them.
Oh, no. You know 5 of them.
I know way more than 5. I can name 5 Nigerian ones, James.
Not that people know. He's going to say here's a great point. Giannis' brother and all that. Y'all stop it.
I feel as if there's a distinction between what American players now define as success versus international players. International players just care about winning.
I could agree with that.
I feel like American players, it's like, I want to show you how good I am. And that changes the metric when it comes to winning games. Like Anthony Edwards, I don't care what your numbers are. I don't care how many times you throw down a crazy dunk on somebody. Can you orchestrate the game and win? And the European mindset, what these guys are raised with over there, is much more of an equal opportunity. Like, I'm just going to be defined whether I win or not. And that's exactly it. Like, we're just going to wear the shades and we're going to be cool and we're going to look right. But are we ultimately
Born
getting
in
it
the
done?
USA. We ain't trying to hear all that, man. Listen, we love them in our sport and we love it, and they make the NBA better, NFL better, but we ain't trying to hear all that. Listen, it comes and it runs through America, bro.
Then
Simple as that.
Explain this then.
better.
Explain this, because here's what I'm curious of.
Okay, go ahead.
it's 7 years now.
You want to throw these on? Or
Right
you wanna do
when?
He ain't acting like he American. Go ahead.
It's 7 years now that you saw Giannis win, then Giannis win, then Jokic win, then Jokic win, then Embiid win, Jokic win, Shai win. There comes a point where it's, wait, why aren't Shady McCoy and James, you got boys playing AAU ball, why aren't the American-born players? Because the LeBron James, that's a long time ago now. Steph Curry, that's a long time ago now. Kevin Durant, that's a long time ago now. You got to go back to 2018, and like Slick said, it was supposed to be Ja. It ain't gonna be Ja.
Nope.
It's supposed to be Ant-Man. Waiting on it to be Ant-Man.
Maybe Zion.
Maybe it was supposed to be Zion. It's Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. Like, who even is the next American?
You heard them players?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
A lot of us, though, dog.
But who even is the next American-born player that y'all believe could get one? Cade Cunningham?
I'm just saying, a lot of them dudes can get one, depending on the season. Anthony, we wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Edwards went crazy last year. We wouldn't be surprised if Brunson went crazy. A lot of these dudes can do it, right? But you're talking, them international players ain't nothing to play with. I'm not saying them dudes are sorry. Them dudes is elite. Them dudes is good players, but what I'm saying is 5 of them that's elite like that. You know what I'm saying? Man. You're talking about on the NBA. The MVP, it's going to be tough dealing with them dudes. Do I think Ant can do it? Do I think Brunson can do it? Obviously, Tatum got hurt, but them dudes can do it. Yeah. You know, but
MVP voter.
But you're looking at the best of the best, the guys that have the capability. Because you talk about a Jalen Brunson, right? Jalen Brunson is an overachiever in my mind. Like the Anthony Edwards and the guys who have the crazy athleticism that if they had the complete game. Imagine Anthony Edwards if he had Jalen Brunson's game. Oh, my God. Like his understanding of the game and his ability to get places and his ability to score in the mid-range and finish at the rim. Like Jalen Brunson doesn't blow by guys.
Yeah, true.
He just uses angles and has a variety of ways of scoring in order to get it done. And you're experiencing this in AAU, and I've gone through it with my kids. Like you play 5, 6, 7 games on a weekend, right? How torn up are you if you lose a game? It's on to the next game. Yeah. And the players, the best players, how torn up are they about losing? Or is it a matter, did I get my 40 and my 10? Well, and that mentality is now part of the American culture. And I believe that's why we don't have guys that are capable of orchestrating the game to win the game. And that's why we're getting international MVP.
If that's the case, then we should have more international champions, the way you're talking. And I think you guys are right. I think it has something to do with that. But listen, man, there's a lot of talent here. And I think the international players will tell you, yo, when they come to America, the best players we've ever seen is in America. You know how I know that? Because every time we have the Olympics and we show up and we have our real squad, we whoop on them. And I'm going to tell you one thing, man.
I wouldn't say you whip on them.
I'm going to tell you one thing, man.
Beat them.
It's the blue,
cutting the...
it's the red, white, and it's the white, right? And I stand here as an American citizen, and I love when I watch the Kevin Durants. I love when I watch the Jaws and the Brunsons and the Anthony Davises and Ant-Man. I love to see that. And I love all my international players. But one thing about it, man,
we all standing up.
when you come from America, all we do is we fight, and we fight. And we bring them on.
You ain't part of us.
And all you international players will come over here, we love y'all. But y'all already know, the best athletes in the world come from America. God bless America, and God bless you.
Yeah. So take that with you. Take that with you. Y'all.
You know what and give me your American pass, too.
Because I know you ready to say, Ugo. Take that with you, dog.
Hey, pass my brother. You don't touch the hair, yo. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Because you know he came up with the question.
That's right. But look at you. Look at you. That's right.
Oh, we gotta go to break. That's right. Hey, when we return, the Tush Push, it'll not be banned in the NFL.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Hey, well, the NFL owners, they bet, you could suggest that, they cast their ballot at least on the proposal for the Tush Push, and it did not receive enough votes at the owners' meeting to be banned, falling just 2 votes shy. The Eagles, they fought hard to keep the play in motion, and that is exactly what they're doing. You got the Eagles Hall of Famer here to my right, Shady. LaShawn McCoy. Hey, Shady, was it the right decision to keep the tush push?
Yes. This is football, man. Like, what are we talking about here? It's a football play that the offense does. Defense, you stop it. Offense, you run it. That's it. I can see if it was like something that everybody can't do. It's 32 teams. All 32 offense can do this in the NFL, right?
Not at this level.
In the NFL, it's a copycat league. You know, you ever like see where you might run a play, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, man, this play works. And then you watch tape and you see another team run the same play.
Yeah.
And then now, from week 1 to week 13, you see the whole league running the same offense.
100%.
It's the same thing for us. Why not run the tush push?
Yep.
You all can run it. Yep. And the teams that I do respect is the ones that kept saying, you know what, hey, it's an offensive play that's not against the rules. Find a way to stop it.
Yep.
It makes our league seem weak. If we can't stop a play, let's ban it?
Yeah.
That's so weak. So I'm happy that the teams that voted to keep it in there, they got some pride and some dignity and say, you know what, I'm going to find a way to stop it. Yeah. The other ones, I lost a lot of respect for y'all. Yeah.
I'm happy for the Eagles, obviously. Congrats to the Eagles. Congrats to the Eagles fans. Congrats to Eagles ownership. I hate that it's still in existence as a defender because I've heard so much stuff being uttered by people who not only didn't play football, but didn't play at the National Football League level. And the only reason I ever suggest that is people have suggested you're soft if you can't stop the play. That's a lie. People have suggested you need to get stronger if you can't stop the play. That's also a lie. People have suggested you're not tough if you can't stop the play. That's also a lie. Stopping the tush push has nothing to do with being soft, being tough, or being strong. The Eagles have strategically figured out how to maximize the advantage that the offense has. And the advantage that the offense has is you know the snap count. You can push the players behind you. We do not have the same advantage defensively that the offensive players have, and the Eagles have figured out how to manipulate that offensive advantage. But I don't love it as a fan. Watching the tush push is not exciting. I don't love it as a defender. Stopping the tush push is not exciting. I love it as an alumni of the Philadelphia Eagles because the Eagles get to win a lot of games. So I love it for that perspective, but it's not an exciting play. It's not a play that's easy or advantageous to stop as a defender. So I hate it for that perspective. I love it from the Eagles' perspective.
Hey, real quick before you go, 2 things for you. Is it soft to vote against it, to stop it?
No. It's strategic.
Oh, okay. And then last point. So I remember when the 3-4 was invented, right? And a lot of people got a lot of damage from it. Like LT was killing it. They couldn't stop it, right? They didn't ban it. It was new. What did they do, Acho?
Couldn't block LT anyway.
They found a way to slow it down and stop it. Yeah. And everybody started doing the same 3-4. Instead of drafting these big DNs, let's draft a nice size DN with a lot of speed that's strong. They start doing that, okay? Offense, we got to find to get some linemen that can block these 3-4 defenders. My thing is, like, this football, other than boxing and UFC, is a physical sport, right? And to say, let's ban a play that seems too physical.
But that's not.
Hold up, but when the injuries don't show that.
Agreed.
Think about that for a second.
I don't want it banned for that perspective.
Yeah.
I would want it banned, number one, because it's not an exciting play. And if everybody does what Shady suggests, and if everybody starts running tush pushes, the game of football is all about selling tickets. Y'all know that. Y'all are the fans that get to buy the tickets. That's the first thing. The second thing is we always alter plays when there's too much of an advantage. Yeah. And the offense, especially the way the Eagles run the play, it's such an advantage. It's baffling to me. How, James, on offense can you push your own players, but defensively on field goal, if we try to push our own players, it's a penalty. It's just too much of an advantage for the offensive side of the ball. That's my issue with it. But I'm a defender. Yeah, obviously I'm biased.
Yeah, the NFL been around a long time.
Yes, it has. Long time, James.
I know we want to call it the tush push because that's the name the Philadelphia Eagles gave it. It's a quarterback sneak. How long quarterback sneak been in football? Long time, right? Quarterback sneak been in football. Nobody has complained about the quarterback sneak, right? Until a team got dominant at it. They are dominant at the tush push, the quarterback sneak. They push the players. They're dominant at it. You know what? They tried to push Josh Allen in the Kansas City Chiefs game, too. The Kansas City Chiefs stopped them. This is just a team that's dominant at it. I'm glad they kept it. I'm mad at all the voters who tried to vote against it because it does make your team look soft. Whether you like the play or not, it's not an explosive play. But it is a strategy play because now when you play the Philadelphia Eagles, Acho, and you get to 3rd and 5, you're probably going to call a blitz or something because you're like, we can't let them get to 4th and 1 or 2, right? So you have to strategize against the Eagles now as well, and it helps the Eagles. So as we know, hey, if it's 3rd and 7, we don't got to pass. We can hand it off to Saquon Barkley, and if he get us 5, we know we got a guaranteed play. That's a bonus for the Eagles. And as for the defense, you got to understand we can't let them get to this situation. Just like any offense, hey, man, they no huddle. We need to get them in 3rd and long or whatever, so get them out of this no huddle. Or we need our teams to get a lead or whatever to get them a strategy. Just because you can't stop a play and a team is dominant at a play, we always trying to find a way to get rid of this stuff. Like Shady said really quick, though, like Shady said, it's a copycat league. We put in plays plenty of times in Green Bay that we got from Peyton Manning. And you know what we called it? Indy. We put into, hey, man, Tampa Bay Buccaneers had this really good play that they ran against the Eagles that we about to play this week.
Tampa, too.
We putting in Tampa. That's the play call for the, so it's a copycat league, so it's just that everybody can't do it, and now you're trying to take it out of the game.
What would it do, and I'm not asking it from a biased perspective, genuinely y'all's perspective, do you think it would do with somebody who played football but now a fan of football to the game of football if every team is tush pushing? And at a successful
But what
rate.
I'm saying, when you tush pushing 1 or 2 times a game.
I'm saying, you talking about
not the Eagles.
But talking about, you talking about
they getting into them situations 3rd and long. But I'm just saying, if it's 60 plays in the game and you running 3 tush pushes.
Like, that's the other thing I was about to say. Tush push is a small part of the game. 3rd and inches or 4th and inches, that's all you're getting. You talked about, the first thing you said in your little breakdown was like, yo, we don't want the game to be boring and, it's about selling tickets and scoring, correct? Well, you still gonna do that. You talking about a small part of the game. Jalen Hurts still gonna throw the ball around. A.J. Brown will still make them catches. Saquon gonna do what Saquon do. Yeah. But you talking about a small part of, 3rd inches, 4th inches. That's 4 times a game.
Crazy, though? The owners and all these teams is worried about the tush push. Did we watch the Super Bowl? Yeah.
133 million people watched that.
It wasn't too many tush pushes in there. Smitty here, A.J. Brown here, Saquon here. Man, y'all better stop them because y'all worried about the wrong play.
Hey, well, speaking of getting stopped, the Knicks did at the end of the game last night with the whole world watching the choke signal Halliburton gave after he knocked down what he thought was a dagger 3. Can the Knicks recover from the Game 1 epic collapse of historical proportions? That's a conversation that must be had next. It's The Facility.
Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
What a comeback by the Pacers last night, down by 14 points with 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. And Tyrese Halliburton, well, I got to say Nesmith first because he had 6 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. But then Halliburton did what he does, and he hit what he thought was going to be a game-ending shot, ends up going into overtime, and the Pacers get the dub, 138-135. The Knicks, a collapse of monumental proportions, and now they are down 0-1, even though they had home court advantage. Shady McCoy, can the Knicks recover from the collapse?
Absolutely. They're the better team, offensively and defensively. I think they will. I think next time they'll protect the ball better, not as many turnovers. You won't have 17 turnovers to get 27 points off of that. You talk about missing free throws. They had 12 missed free throws. I think going forward, they won't have that many free throws, maybe at least half of that. And the better thing is the fundamentals that, hey, when you're up 14 points with 2 minutes left, you're up 9 points with 50 seconds left, find a way to win that game because 9 times out of 10, you should win that game. And the best part is, Nesmith is not going to have 30 points again. You know, it took him 350 games to get 30 points. Only happened one time. Just think about that. Out of 350 games, right, you get 30 points one time? Hey, y'all ever beat your chest? Pacers. So I'll just say this. For them to win, a lot of things has to go right. Knicks have to play really, really bad. You need all this extra scoring from players who don't score. Let me say that again. You need the Knicks to play bad, and you need all this scoring from players who don't normally score. If you really watch the game and you've been watching the Pacers, everybody that scores, their averages, they all hit them. And I think Halliburton going to get his points because he's just a really good player. But outside of that, what you gonna do? And then another thing I watched, Turner can't play defense on Karl Anthony Towns. So guess what? The big that rebounds, that can shoot threes, he won't be in the game because he cannot defend. I would love to do this, fellas. Anybody want to make a wager? Because you guys are up one. If you want to take a wager, let me know. You got my phone number, you got my text message, and we work together.
I don't want to take a bet because the Pacers.
I know you do. I know you don't.
They don't put no money in my pocket. But I don't know if the Knicks can recover optically. They can win the next game and it's 1-1. It looks like a recovery. The question for me is, what is the energy expenditure going to be for them to recover? James, I was thinking about this question in like, you know when you watch a track meet, I'm sure your boys run track. If not, I'm sure they will. And you watch a track meet and somebody in a relay, they get the baton down by 15 meters, 1 lap to go. And they start sprinting, and they instantly catch the person they were trailing 15 meters. But the amount of energy it took them to catch up means by the end of this race, they're not going to end up winning. Because optically, it looked like they recovered. They didn't actually recover. When I think about what the Pacers did to the Bucks, stealing that game when they were down by 7 with 35 seconds left, and then the Bucks having to use so much energy to try to recover losing that series. When I think about what the Pacers did to the Cavs, down again by 7 points with like 52 seconds left and going on to win that series. Then when I think about what the Pacers did to the Knicks, nor the Cavs recovered, nor the Bucks recovered. I'm just not certain that the Knicks will recover in totality and go on to win the series. Can they recover optically? Of course. They can win the next game and it'll appear as though they've recovered. But I'm just not convinced, James Jones, I'm just not convinced, Rick Bucher, that they can recover in reality.
No, I think they recover, and I think they recover easily. I think the Knicks is the better basketball team in this series. I think it's some matchup problems, especially Karl Anthony Towns. Because I watched that game, and you had to take their big off of the court because he could not slide his feet and stay in front of Karl Anthony Towns. And I think the Knicks see that. Another thing the Knicks see is when you play professional sports, it's some games that you go out there and you play your best and you lose. It's some games you go out there and you play your worst and you win. But this is one of those games to where you can go back into the locker room and you can watch it on tape and you can say, they ain't got nothing for us. They really don't. We blew this game the last 2 minutes. They do not have anything for us. So you have confidence going into this series, into game 2, that you can accomplish this and get this thing done. I think the Knicks still win this series. I think they obviously fight their way back and win. I just think they have too much. They had no answer for Brunson. Brunson was getting to where he wanted to at will, and it looked easy at times, right? And the Pacers is more of a physical basketball team, especially defensively, and he still was dropping his shoulder, getting to where he wanted at will. I just think it's a lot of matchup problems for them. Obviously, credit to the Pacers for closing that game out, but I think the Knicks recover, and I think they win this series.
Can I do some house cleaning before I answer this question?
You need a broom? You need dustpan? What you need?
Yeah. You got to do a lot of cleaning on that tape. A lot of cleaning.
So, how many games did you have Aaron Nesmith with until he
350, dog.
350 before he scored 30 points?
One time.
And how many times has he played the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals?
One time.
And how many times has he gotten 30 points against them in
One
the Eastern
time.
Conference? Okay. All right. So that's one of one. Not one of three. I'm just like
way to clean it up,
right?
Is that Windex you got over there?
That's just one. That's just one. That was like
Keep cleaning.
I was just getting the door.
Can I get a broom?
You keep saying, yeah.
Oh, Al 5, clean up.
I need that Dyson. I need that Dyson vacuum cleaner. You keep saying that everybody got their averages. No, they did not. No, they did not.
Oh, okay.
T.J. McConnell didn't get his average. Benedict Mathurin didn't get his average.
Clean up, Slit.
Pascal Siakam did not get his averages.
Clean up, Slit.
So this is what the Pacers are. Like, one guy may step up and hit a big number, but it's not as if everybody got theirs and then Aaron Nesmith got his big number. So let's be accurate.
Take that takeout?
Yeah, please.
Can we take Shady's takeout?
I'm gonna let him finish.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let my boy finish.
Let me take Shady's takeout.
There we go.
You don't need this no more.
Yep. Good. That was the one.
Was there anything else you want to put in it? Anything else you want to put in it?
Put that in there.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and take.
Hey, I love a clean brother, dog.
All right.
Take Shady's takeout real quick.
Now, that taken care of. Can they recover from this? Absolutely. Absolutely they can. Because they've seen it. Like, this ain't new. They did it, right? And to Shady's point, the one part of his take that I will agree with 1,000% is that there are errors that they can correct. They can hit more free throws. They can be more judicious in how they protect the ball at key situations in the game. Like there's execution elements that they can improve on. So can they recover from this? Absolutely. But because they know these kind of games happen and they've been happening frequently. So it's not as if their mind is blown. Indiana does this. The Knicks have done this. If I'm the Knicks, I'm thinking, you know what? We've done it to the Boston Celtics. We had it done to us. We can turn around and do this to the Indiana Pacers.
I got it. Real quick, because I hate to be wrong or not informed, because that's my brother, and when it comes to basketball, I go to one person first. Like, I go around you, and go right to slick. Now, you said, TJ, what's he average? He had 10 points. Like, what's he average?
Average is 10, and he had 4 in this game.
He had more than 4 points.
No, TJ McConnell?
All right.
Did I throw away that?
Okay, now, let's go back in the trash now.
You did have 10.
Did he really?
Yeah, 10.
Now, do you want to apologize to me or to the world?
Yeah.
If I got that one wrong, I apologize.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, Siakam, he's been averaging 18 points a game. What do you average?
Okay, well, were we talking playoffs? We talking regular season?
What we playing? We playing playoffs? We playing regular season?
We're playoffs. We're
Oh,
playoffs.
so playoffs, he's been averaging about 18 points.
Conference finals sound like where we at.
Look at me, Lil J. Look, I like this.
I think he had 17, 18.
He averaged 18, but he had 17 last night.
That's about the same.
Yeah.
You got your buckets.
Okay, keep going, Slick. I want to be clean.
I mean, Aaron Miller didn't average his points because he had 30.
You see what I'm saying? But no, all jokes aside, I do like the Pacers. I like the story they have. They're like a hard-working college team. Seriously though, like I think the difference between the NBA and college is college. Even if you have a superstar like a Cooper Flag, the team is so much more involved as well though. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not just like Cooper Flag go out there and get 30. It's like they have a whole team, whole offense. And you look at the Pacers, they got a starting 5 that's going to average about 15 to 18 points a game, all of them. Some guys on the bench to get 10 points, 8 points. They have that. It's the NBA. And you watched yesterday where we need buckets from Brunson, I got you. Yeah. We need guaranteed buckets from Karl Anthony Towns, I got you. And then all the role players, they fill in. Yeah. That's why it's hard for me to see the Pacers winning these games because I don't see that.
Here's my question though: is how concerned are y'all that the Knicks did in fact waste a Cat 30-point game? Cat's good for 135-point game,
but I think
every series.
I do too.
So you think he's gonna get it over and over and over?
I mean, it's tough to just say he's gonna consistently get 35, but I think you're looking at Karl Anthony Towns easily getting over 27 points a game because they don't have the big to stay in front of him, which means you're gonna have to go small ball, and then now he's gonna dominate whoever you bring in there. It's gonna be tough. I got a question for you guys though, because when they were down 14 points with 2 minutes left, I said this series is gonna be over early. Because I seen the matchup with Cat, because I seen the way Bridges was playing, because I seen the way they could not stop Brunson. I said, this is going to be over early. So let's say the Knicks finished that game off. What would have been your take this morning if the Knicks finished that game off? Like, would you walked in here confident like the Pacers still got a chance to like
But can we ask him first? I want to answer that. I want you to answer that. He said well, I don't want to answer
So I'm saying they were down 14 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So let's say the Knicks finished that game because I was watching it when they was down, and I'm like, they ain't got no answer for Anthony Towns. They had to take their big off the court. Brunson getting to any spot he want to get on the floor easily. If they would have finished that game, what would have been your take coming in here this morning? Would you have been like, Pacers can still get this thing done?
If it finished the way that it did, where it was close, but they still leaked it out? Or they won.
I'm just saying they were up by 7 points with 30 seconds left. Let's just say they win by 7.
Because basketball does that. Basketball, they be up 14 and they might get it down to like 6 or 5.
Let's say they win by 7.
I would have still thought that it was going to be a competitive series. Okay. I thought New York was going to win game 1, right? But Indiana didn't play as well as I know that they are capable of playing early on, so it allowed that lead to be built.
I'm a split. I wouldn't have been moved. I would have been like, the Knicks did what we thought the Knicks were going to do. The Pacers did what we thought the Pacers were going to do. It's still probably going to go 6 or 7. The difference for me now is I'm like, the Knicks did what we thought they were going to do, and somehow they lost.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, the Knicks played the game we all thought they would play. I thought the Knicks, I took the Knicks minus 9.5. I thought the Knicks was going to win by 10 to 11. 2 minutes left, I'm like, yep, bet gonna cash. So the Knicks did exactly what we thought they were going to do, minus 2.5 minutes of basketball. That's the only thing that concerns me.
So you said that the Pacers, they didn't play. Where did they play well at? I want to get that part. Like where they could have played better at?
Defensively, they're a better team. And I'm going to push back on this idea that Jalen Brunson got to whoever he scored. He scored. Aaron Nesmith made him work for those, and he ended up in foul trouble because he had to work so hard.
But he missed like 9 shots though.
Look, one, everybody else was staying home, right? You weren't allowing anybody else other than Towns to really get off, and Brunson. One of the reasons why he missed the time that he did, why he had to sit, is because he got into foul trouble, and some of those were offensive fouls.
God, he got in foul trouble because he would have had 60.
But I don't think it's an accident. But I don't think it's an accident that he got into foul trouble. I think he's going to have to work for every bucket that he gets in this series.
But that's
even
him.
Going one-on-one. Understood. But there are easy ways to score and there are hard ways to score. I think they made him earn his buckets.
But real quick. So all his buckets always, and when I watch him, it's all hard. He's like fouls and ones. He's playing against the best defenders every game, taller. And I was like, I remember watching the Celtics, like, man, you going from Drew Holiday to Derek White to JB. Now you about to play with the Pacers. You're going to have your way with them. Then as I watched him, I'm like, yo, they can't guard him. He missed 9 shots, okay? So, or not 10. He missed 10 shots. Cool, he shot a lot of shots. My question to you is, like, when you say play better on defense, I was like where at? Because it's a mismatch problem.
I'm just looking I'm looking at the fact that the New York Knicks shot 51%. That's way above what teams have shot against the Indiana Pacers.
Because they can't guard them, though.
No, I don't. I disagree.
Yeah, we'll find that out.
All right.